Today I'm going to be taking you guys through the journey of how I built this absolutely beast of a gaming PC for under $200. This PC genuinely has some insane performance for the amount of money we spent on it, and the only reason we were able to get a good deal was because something crazy happened in this video. So keep on watching to see what happened, to see how we got this crazy deal of a PC. Now first, let's get into the crazy deal that began the journey of this PC. Hi, how are you doing? Come on in. I had to grab some of the parts I could test it with.
Here's everything. Feel free to do whatever you gotta do. CPU's in the little round box, that's the RAM.
Okay.
GPU, and then motherboard. The pins are up.
Okay. Yeah, I build and sell PCs. I'm about to actually open up a shop now, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up here in Olympia.
Nice. I think there's one shop that I know, but I can't remember where it's at.
I think there's one here, third dimension or fourth dimension or something like that. Yeah, I think they're pretty good, but we're about to build one bigger than that, so
oh, nice.
should be nice.
PC that all this stuff was in, the SSD crashed.
Really?
Wiped everything. Yeah.
And it messed up everything?
That's why it's kind of zombified right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just like to make sure that everything works.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you're taking that step because I haven't tested it, so.
Yeah. When's the last time you used this configuration at least?
2.5 months ago, I think.
2.5 months, okay. Okay, got it. Alright. How long did you have this rig for?
5 years, I think.
5 years. Nice. And just gaming, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Ooh, dusty.
Like I said, 5-6 years.
Going between CPU, boot light, and DRAM light.
If you don't want it, that's all good too.
Yeah, I can give you $50. I'll just have to. I can test out the parts individually, but I don't know what's exactly wrong with it. Could be anything, but I'll grab $50.
I know for sure the RAM is fine.
The RAM is fine.
Yeah,
so even if everything else is cooked, the RAM should get my money back. Here you go. That's $50 for you.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna test these parts out individually in another PC.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing them down though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna get way more use out of it than I will.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Best of luck. I hope you can get it figured out and make a profit. So.
Perfect. Thank you. So yeah, as you guys saw, when he brought the parts over, it did not boot. I put it in a configuration and the parts that he had, they just would not boot. So I didn't know what was wrong or what could be wrong, and he was willing to let it all go for $50. And honestly, I was willing to take that chance, because even if one thing worked, say the GPU, a 2060 for $50 is still absolutely insane deal. So then after that, we got to testing, and I ran into a couple of issues. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna do is, of course, we have all of this right here. I don't know why, I've just been having such bad luck, it's always the motherboard. I don't even know why. Every single time I test anything, it's always the motherboard. So, I'm gonna just replace the motherboard, just to see if it is the motherboard. And again, I'm taking a full-on guess with this, so yeah, we're just gonna see. If it's just the motherboard, I literally just gotta steal. But if it's everything, I'm gonna just be really sad. Okay, perfect, we got the CPU in. Next, let's get the most precious thing ever. Even if these just work, bro. Because prices right now are just absolutely ridiculous right now. Okay, perfect. And then let's install this right here. Oh, look, you forgot to, what the hell is this? On the GPU. Bro, this GPU, as soon as I turned it on, dust just flew everywhere. So let's test it without the heatsink. I have everything plugged in, make sure the lamb's all good. And let's just see if it works. Just jump these pins right here. Wait, is it even on? Oh, the power supply's not even on. Just a pro, guys. As you guys can see, this GPU, like, it gets really loud, it stops, it gets loud again, like the fan spin, like, how about RPM? Let's see here. I don't know how to this. Alright, so we swapped it to a non-working CPU, so now we're gonna see if that works. Okay. I'm hoping it's not this because I really like it does. You guys know how I thought everything was broken? My sister stole the cable for my freaking monitor! So now I have to test everything again. W sisters in the chat. Alright, now we're actually testing it. This is the actual moment of truth. And this time my monitor actually works because my sister doesn't have my cable. Anywho, besides that, let's see if this does work. Where did my thing go? Alright, let's jump the pins. Make sure everything's fully plugged in. Jump these pins. Alright, fans are spinning. Monitor is actually working. Oh my god, I feel like it's gonna boot. I have a feeling it's gonna boot. Is it? Maybe not. Alright, well, test number 1 is a fail. Let's move on to test number 2. Alright, test number 2, we're gonna put in a working stick of RAM. Hoping it's not the RAM either. I don't know, it's gotta be something. If it's everything, I don't even know what to do. Okay, I have come up with a new method. So my sister is using this PC for gaming. So this is gonna be my test buddy. So I just wanna make sure the graphics card works first to get the main thing out of the way that I really, really want to work. So we're just gonna rip the band-aid right out and see if it works. Come on, monitor. Oh my god, yes! Yes, let's go! So the graphics card does work. So we can take that out. Oh my god, I'm actually so happy, thank god. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is see if the RAM works. So let's slide these sticks out. I'm going to plug these ones in. Plug these ones in right here. Okay. Use an adequate amount of force. These do take a little force to get in. Okay, test number 2. Will the RAM work or not? Yes or no in the comments. Let's see. I really hope it does. Alright, let's go. Oh, doesn't turn on, Brandon. Oh, I'm done. Red light, guys. Ignore. I see a different light, yellow light. Like red. Should do. The red light usually needs to. And the green light. Yeah. What? The RAM works too. What the heck is happening on my test bench over there? We're not gonna, I think. What if I had the wrong HDMI input? We're not gonna talk about that test bench over here. We're just gonna use this as a dummy. Okay, so the RAM works too. The GPU works. That I already made all my money back. I just needed one part to work. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and test. I really think it's the motherboard though. Let's go ahead and test the motherboard and the CPU. Put it in like that. I don't think I'm gonna install the heatsink. Let's just see if it works. If this works too, then I know it's for sure the motherboard. But if this doesn't, which I feel like it's not going to. Wait, this works too? No, it doesn't. Actually, it might be this. What is it? Getting mixed signals here. Wait, what? Wait, whoa. This is crazy. Let's go. Okay, so the CPU works, the RAM works, the GPU works. I knew it was the motherboard. I freaking knew it. I had an intuition. I knew it was the motherboard. So the motherboard, it seems as though the motherboard is faulty. And also it seems as though some of my parts that I thought were working are faulty too. Because why aren't these ones working? I know this for sure works. I'm pretty sure this one works too. And this one was brand new. And this one's also brand new. Man, what is happening in my inventory? We're not even going to talk about that whole thing. I'm just happy 3 out of the 4 parts work. So the motherboard, I know for sure is bricked. Oh my god, this is genuinely the best day of my life. We have 2060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a 3700X, all for the price of $50. All I had to do was take some time, get stressed, and test it all. Oh my god, let's go. I can do genuinely the ultimate budget build with this. Okay, so just so that I was 100% sure that it is the motherboard, I did put all the parts back in just to test it again, and I did not get any boot. So at this point, I'm 100% sure the motherboard is faulty. So in hindsight, we got a great deal. This might be the best deal I've ever gotten. So let's build a nice little rig with this. So now that I figured out that the motherboard was indeed faulty, which I kind of guessed before, I decided to see what other parts I could put with this build. So I knew I had a Machinist B450 motherboard that I bought a couple a while back on AliExpress, and I got them for $50 each. So I was able to throw that in the build. And then for the case and the fans, we had this Ruix case. I don't know how quite to pronounce it. I did buy this off either an AliExpress deal or an Alibaba deal, probably last year, and I haven't used it in a while. So yeah, I was able to get this and the fans included for $50, which is still a really, really good deal. And then for the cooler, I wanted a nice white look, so I chose the ID Cooling cooler, and this one only cost me $15. There was a deal back on Amazon like a couple of months ago, and I bought like 30 of them, so just to have a bunch of them in stock. And then for the power supply, you guys have seen this every single time on these budget builds. I always use a 650 watt power supply by Corsair. I was able to buy these bulk on Facebook Marketplace also a couple months back, and it was $30. So yeah, that's how this build came to be. Let's go on to the build process. So in total, I spent $195 on this build. I know you guys just might be wondering what in the world happened here. Well, this PC had to have surgery and my camera died. So basically, it kept on like, it would boot on for a second and then the fans would get really loud and then it'll boot off. The fans, it just kept repeating that cycle. So it would like never like fully boot. And you know, the power supply I put in here, I did not test. So that was the thing I was a bit iffy about. I was like, why is this happening? All the rest of the parts I tested. So, well, I was right. It is the power supply. I already tested another power supply with this and it worked. So now I have to use another power supply for this, which is very unfortunate. So yeah, let me fix my mistake and lock in, because what am I doing? I might have been wrong. It's doing the same thing again. Like, watch. It'll do that. It'll boot for a second. Wait, I'm gonna get a wider view of this. See, it'll boot now, but whenever the fans get loud, it'll turn back off. Or just because I got a camera out now, you don't want to do it? What the heck? And that too. Yeah, this PC's been a whole mess so far. Let me do some troubleshooting. This is not even related to the context of this video, but it was so funny, bro. This dude said, I've got 350, would that work? I said no. And then they said, what do you mean no? And I said, I reject your offer. And they rejected my rejection. Does that mean I have to sell it to them? Let me know. This trash power supply that I never should have trusted is going in the garbage pile. Frick you. I mean, we made it into Windows, but like, something is up with this computer. Like, I don't know exactly what the issue is. Like, it just takes so long to boot, number one. Yes, I do have a SATA SSD, but it normally doesn't take this long. And then it'll go on and off, and then it'll boot. And then I thought maybe it could be the SSD because it's a booting problem, right? It's not the SSD, because I just swapped it to a brand new one I had, and the same problem pursued. And from what I've been seeing, only the fans of the GPU get loud, which made me feel like it might be the GPU. But we're gonna see if this can run everything completely fine, if that's just the only issue. I feel like there might be some underlying issues with this. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. There have been no errors detected. So, like, there's nothing with the hardware going on when I'm going through these tests right here. So the next thing I'm gonna do to further test the GPU more, I'm gonna run Heaven Benchmark. Because the issue only comes up when booting, so this is kind of odd. Okay, so now we're gonna benchmark, go into Heaven Benchmark, do this whole benchmark, and see what the issue is. I'm genuinely lost right now. I'm even more confused because the benchmark was a complete success with great numbers too. Especially due to what we spent. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why do you take so long to boot? Now I'm gonna run some games and see if there's any problems with that. I don't know. I don't know what to do. For benchmarks, I tested Valorant, Black Ops 6, Marvel Rivals, and Fortnite at 1080p and 1440p on low, medium, and high settings. Starting with Valorant at 1080p, low settings got me around 270 FPS, medium got 240 FPS, and high got around 210 FPS. At 1440p, low settings got around 180 FPS, medium got around 160 FPS, and high got around 140 FPS. Next is Black Ops 6 at 1080p low settings, that got 110 FPS, at medium settings it got 90 FPS, and at high settings it got 75 FPS. Now on 1440p low settings it got 70 FPS, on medium it got 58 FPS, and on high it got 48 FPS. For Marvel Rivals, on 1080p low settings, it got 95 FPS, medium got 82 FPS, and high it got 70 FPS. And at 1440p, low settings got 60 FPS, medium got 50 FPS, and high got around 42 FPS. And finally, everyone's favorite game, Fortnite, we got on 1080p low settings, it got 140 FPS, on medium settings, it got 115 FPS, and on high, it got 95. And on 1440p low settings, it got 85 FPS, medium settings, it got around 70 FPS, and on high settings, it got around 58 FPS. Overall, this PC is really solid for 1080p gaming, especially for $200. For heavier games, I'd probably stick with low to medium settings for the smoothest experience, but for games like Valorant that are pretty easy to run, you can definitely go on high FPS. So yeah, this is a pretty capable PC. Now, for the end of this video, I do have, again, more announcements. This is just the same announcements I made last video. I am opening up my own computer shop, so if you would like to buy computers from me or anything like that, I have my information linked down below. But the computer shop won't be open till 3 or 4 months. It will be located in Olympia, Washington. If you guys know, around the Pacific Avenue area, we are in construction phase right now. So all of that should be done in 3 to 4 months, maybe 5 months. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we will provide services for PC repairs, laptop repairs, phone repairs, and there will be gaming PCs, laptops, keyboard, anything you could think of PC related. We're gonna be a mini micro center, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video and what other type of content you would like, and also comment, what should I think? Let's think of a comment word. Comment RGB if you made it to the end of this video, and thank you for watching. Bye.